Hey everyone, welcome to Saving the Data Locally. This is part 3 from Getting the Data. In this video, we're going to be saving the data that we just downloaded onto our local machines. And there's 3 exercises that are here to help us do that. So let's take a look at the first exercise, exercise 3. So we're going to write a function that accepts a dictionary of data frames and a directory name, and then writes them to that directory as CSVs, using the keys as the file name. So there'll also be some extra keyword arguments that we can pass to the CSV method. Okay, so let's go down here. And all we're going to do is we're going to take the data, which is a dictionary of data frames that we just did over here in exercise 2. And actually, we're not going to re-download it. We're just going to use it directly. We're not going to call that function. And then we're going to write that data to this directory. So I'm just going to iterate through the dictionary of data. So we'll say name, comma, df. So it's a string name like world underscore cases that's mapped to a data frame. And the dictionary here is data. So we'll say dot items. Then all we're going to do here is we're going to use the to CSV argument to write it to a particular directory. So what we're going to do here is we'll just use another f string, and we have to give the directory name, and then a slash, and then the name of the key, right? And we'll put .csv. So it's going to write it over here. So whatever directory you give it, then slash the actual name of the file. And then we're just going to forward any keyword arguments over here to the toCSV method. Okay, so that should do it. And this is write data, and we have all the data from the previous exercise. It's already stored in this variable called data. So you just have to believe me that it is still there. I'm not going to verify that. All right, so let's go ahead and write this, and let me remove that. So we're going to write the data and we're going to give it the directory name. Now, if you look over here, if you go back to the file system view and go into data, there is a folder called raw, and that's where we're going to store it. So we're going to put it in this data/raw folder. And any keyword arguments after this will be passed on to the toCSV method. So we're not going to write the index of the data frame, which is just the integers from 0 to n-1, just the length of the data frame. So this should do it if we wrote our function correctly. So it's just a pretty simple one. So let's go back over here into raw, and we can see that it just says seconds ago. So we know that it's just updated. So at least we have something in here. And again, if you want to use the solutions, go ahead and do that. And let's just check the solution real quick. So here's the solution, and it looks like it's the exact same as the one we just did. Okay, so we want to exercise 4. Now this one, and the reason we're writing it to our local directory is so we have the data. We don't have to always constantly ping GitHub to get the data. We just have a local copy, and we can use it whenever we want. All right, so exercise 4 says, well, instead of reading from the directory or from GitHub, we will just read from our local data instead. So this says to write a function that's similar to download data, but have it read from the local data instead of the GitHub data. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to just copy and paste this function. So instead of download data, I will just do this. So it's going to be the same thing. The only difference is that we're going to get it from this particular directory. And so we're not going to use this URL anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to download from this directory. So again, I'm going to use an F string here. We're going to say directory, and then slash, and then the whatever group and kind. So we'll just instead of, well, you know what, we could just all do it in one. So it's not that big of a deal here. So I'll just say group and kind, and you know what? We actually don't need to, since we're not going to GitHub, we are not going to need to convert these. So it'll just be this. So we're going to use the read CSV function. We're going to use the directory that's passed here to build the file name. Then we're going to do group_kind.csv. So let me just go back over here and look, USA cases, USA deaths. Okay, so those are the names. And so that should work. So I'm going to do that. And this will read in just one. So let me just say USA cases equals read local data. And I'll say USA and cases. And the directory is data/raw. And that will happen very fast because it's our local data. And look, looks like it worked. Good. Okay, let's look at the very last one. So the last one is just going to be similar to read all data, but we're just going to read it from our local directory. So we're just, re-implementing the exercises for our local machine instead of GitHub. Okay, so okay, this one is called run, and the reason it's called run and not read all local data is because we're going to be updating this function run, which is going to be doing all of our analysis or all of our data gathering and cleaning steps. So you'll see this function named over and over again in the upcoming notebooks. Okay, so what we're going to do here is it's going to look very similar to read all data. We're going to create a dictionary. We're going to loop through groups and kinds. These are defined above. And if you want, you can bring them down here, but they already are defined above and in the notebook. And instead of download data, we are going to use read local data. So we already have the data. This is just to save us from going to GitHub. So we're just going to read the local data, which is this function right here, group kind, and we need to pass it also the directory. So the only difference in the two functions is this one statement right here. So that should work. And now if I do data equals run, I will get an error. Directory is not. Okay, so this function is not taking anything over here. So, so I didn't set it up that way. So you actually have to just give the directory that you want. I probably could have put something in here. Let me look at the solutions real quick. Yeah. So we're just going to hard code the data/raw in there. And, or we can make it like a global variable over there, but that's okay. So we have data/raw over here. All right, that's fine. So we're going to do read local data. This function will not take any parameters. Group is coming from the tuple over here. Kind is coming from the tuple of kinds right here. So this should work. And now we'll just check USA death. So this is just read from our local machine, and that looks good. And again, you can just read from the solutions directly if you don't want to write the code yourself. So here it is in the solutions file, and that's what I meant. There was no space for you to give a directory, and you could change the function in case you wanted to place it in a different directory. But we'll just be using this directory throughout the course, so there's really not a need to at the moment. Okay, so that does it for saving the data locally, and that's it for getting the data. So now we have the data. In the next notebooks, we are going to be cleaning the data so that it is suitable for modeling.